Hi guys, how are you doing today? Chantal here from Grounded Mind. Today's video is about frustrations and the frustrations we have with symptoms. Today I'm actually very frustrated because I've got a massive spot on my cheek and there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm going to bring it to everyone's attention because it's quite frustrating. But back to mind body, I know we get frustrated around the symptoms that keep showing up, even though you've been to the doctors and they have said that, you know, there's no known cause, they've done all the tests, the MRI scans, the CT scans, you've tried all the different things that you can try, you've tried changing your diet, you've tried resting more, you've tried to sit under, sit in a dark room. There's all these things that you've tried to do to try and help or to fight these sensations, and the worst thing about it is that nobody understands and the frustrations kick in and you feel trapped in everyday symptoms and it feels like nobody understands, and we go into support groups and we start to look to see if people understand what we're going through, and it becomes chaotic, but the brain's protection system kicks in, and at the end of the day, our brain's job is survival. It's there to protect us from danger. And this is exactly what it's doing with all this kind of scarcity, is that a word? Of all of this danger that we have told our brains that we are experiencing. Our protective system kicks in and our symptoms continue. Even after what originally triggered us has gone, even after that main thing that happened has gone, our brains are continually trying to protect us from danger, constant, and then we're Googling symptoms. Oh, what is this? What's going on? Why do I feel like this? We type in the exact symptoms and we get these kind of Dr. Google diagnoses, and then we research that diagnosis and then we get even more scared. Can you see what's happening here? We are creating such a scared place for us to be in. Our brain's like, whoa, this girl, this guy needs protection now, bang. And so, we created that loop, and that's what's happened. It's like the symptoms, the fear, the monitoring, the adrenaline kicks in, and then there's more symptoms, and then there's more fear, and then it's crazy. And all of the symptoms that I've mentioned multiple times kicks in, whether it's the dizziness, the chronic dizziness, the fatigue, the health anxiety, the paranoia, the unbalanced feeling, the rocking feeling, the swaying, and it's continuous. And even when I talk about it, it's so emotional because I know how horrible and how hard it is for people to live this way. It's it's so difficult, it's painful, it's excruciating physical pain and emotional pain, and our world's come crashing down and we don't feel like we can live anymore. And unfortunately, this is some of the states that we have got ourselves in because these symptoms are so real. They're not in your head, they're not, it's an invisible illness that people can't see, but I know it's not in your head, and the brain changes based on the repetition and fear, and that's a good thing. That even though it changes on repetition and fear and it gets worse and worse and worse, the good thing, is that repetition and safety can also change it back to a place of calm. And that's the good message, that's the good news in terms of healing. That is the good news, that is how we can turn things around, because we get stuck into these constant symptom check-ins, these constant what's that feeling, what's that noise, what's that sound. We avoid places and we Google, and then we believe our body's damaged, and we tell ourselves these stories, and these stories are what make it worse. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and of all that doom and gloom of what I've just gone through, which is a reality for so much people, it was a reality for me once upon a time, but the good news is that the healing process can start, and that's what you need to do now. You need to start that healing process. there's a few key things you need to remember that you need to talk about now, you need to think about, and you need to apply to your life. That acceptance instead of resistance, that teaching your brain safety. I'm okay, I've got this, I'm good, I'm going to do this. It's my brain perceiving danger, it's not real. And slowly but surely you do start to return to life, really slowly. But the changes, you'll notice one day, oh, that symptoms aren't that bad today. You start to see things, and you start to feel differently. And if you can like somatic track and look at your symptoms without judging them, without saying, oh my gosh, why are you there? What are you doing there? I need you to go away. But actually saying, okay, you're there. You feel like, okay, I can feel you in my ear, and I can feel like a sensation, and it feels a bit blocked, but it feels like a ball. It feels like, describe it feels like a brown ball. And you kind of like just talking to how you feel without judging how you feel. That's acceptance. It's not judgment. You're not pushing it away and trying to fill that space in life with something else. You are allowing it to be present, and you're not judging it. And when you feel better after doing that, that is a tiny daily win. And that daily win is creating new neural pathways in your brain, and it's weakening those fear neural pathways that you've created. And you have to believe, I know I talk about mindset, but you're believing that recovery is possible. And so the goal is not to fight your brain, but it's to teach your brain that you are safe, and that is what you are trying to do. So I want to reassure you that what you feel is real. What you're going through and what your body is doing is real. But what isn't real is the lies that your brain tells you when you ruminate, which creates the symptoms and puts you into that cycle. So the safety, I've got this, that's real. I can do this, that's real. I can feel what I'm feeling without judging it, that's real. All of these things, bit by bit, will help you to get into a new way, a new motion of living and taking each day as it comes. You become your own evidence. You become the you, slowly but surely, the you that you want to be. You can do this. And so I really do hope this video helps. And I know I'll say this, and I'm going to continue to fill my videos with this content, but in different ways, so it can hit and it can land. I do really hope that this video helps somebody today. I'm here for you. You know where I am. If you want to have a chat, and we can talk through how I can help you to help yourself, because at the end of the day, it's you that makes that change. I can give you the tools, I can give you the toolbox, but you've got to go into that toolbox. You've got to pick out those tools, and you have to apply them to your life, and you have to change what you're doing. So yes, have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.